anatomy. Drawing a human body. Worn out topic for an art video. Yes, but still one of the most popular. I wonder why. I'm pretty sure most of the people that want to learn anatomy, they want to learn about how to draw cultural parts of the body. No wonder that Mikey's most viewed videos about these parts. Those are okay, but why? And why is this got popular? Well, anyway, in this video I want to talk about my journey in learning anatomy, so I will divide the video into several parts. And I want to note right away that I don't claim my anatomy is realistic, and overall I'm definitely not an expert. But still, this is my channel where I want to share videos about my learning process and so on. By the way, since the topic of anatomy drawing is so vast and it requires a lot of knowledge about different parts of the body, I won't be able to cover detailed breakdowns of various aspects of anatomy. So, let's start. Before learning how to draw the body parts, you have to know what is just a drawing. But what is it exactly? In short, it's the practice of quickly drawing the human figure. The goal of this practice is to capture the energy and dynamic movement. And you don't need to worry about anatomical accuracy in this case. Well, no matter how hard you try. Because you still won't have time to draw the figure in detail, because each pose typically lasts for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Personally, I didn't practice this for too long, maybe a month, doing it every day, and then I stopped. But after that, I had already improved my skills and expanded my visual library. So I recommend doing it occasionally. After all, it doesn't take much time. About 30 minutes a day is more than enough. You can easily find some sites for practicing your gesture drawing where you can find a lot of references, and this site even have a timer for your practice. If you want to practice here, I'll leave the link in the description. The second and very important thing for drawing anatomy is constructing the body using simple shapes and volumes. This really helps to draw the pose you need, because with this technique you don't have to worry about different parts of the body like muscles. However, it also requires its own practice. For example, you need to be able to draw different shapes and volumes in perspective, as people's poses will be in various perspectives. Also, you can even do this over photo references to understand the structure and construction of the human figure, as I showed in the previous video on drawing the head. In this method, the human body is usually divided into several parts like limbs, arms, legs, the ribcage and pelvis, as well as the head. Many illustrators I've seen on the internet use cubes and rectangles to construct the body in perspective, and only then draw the anatomical bodies inside these shapes. This method may be good for expressing perspective in the future. But personally, I found this method somewhat uncomfortable. As a beginner at the time, it was hard for me to imagine the human body within these squares, to be honest. So using the more complex shapes and volumes to construct the body was easier for me, and probably will be for others too. I used an oval shape for the ribcage, and for the pelvis you can use a triangular shape or volume. The coolest thing about this method is the points where the joints like shoulders and elbows connect. You can depict them as spheres, creating the illusion that the limbs move along the surface of the sphere. You can try this method of figure construction yourself if you're a complete beginner. I remember feeling joy when I could construct a body using this approach. Well, we've come to the most interesting part in drawing anatomy, and actually I don't know how to even make guides about this. this theme is so vast that I can't explain everything in one video, so most of the time the explanation will look like this. The construction and then just speed paint. But in reality it's the same thing. When someone draws, how often do you see someone explaining how to draw glasses, for example, or headphones? Does anyone teach how to draw weapons? Most of the time, no. But when artists draw something, those who have already mastered the fundamental skills apply that knowledge to their drawing. Of course, they study references. But after some time, they can draw without them relying on their visual knowledge base. Of course, if they had practiced long enough. Did you notice the similarity? Well, they're very similar in drawing construction. Maybe because the human body is an organism and all parts are organic, it's a bit more difficult than objects. But overall, I think the concept is exactly the same. It all starts with simplifying and drawing the basic forms and constructing the object. Then come to the anatomic details like muscles, bones and other parts. And so this means you should use a lot of references to learn and understand the objects. Speaking of using references, when I practice I usually copy an object from them, trying to simplify the object that I'm drawing. This also helps develop a sense of proportion and helps you build your visual database, and plus it makes it easier to understand the perspective of objects, how they look from different angles. Of course, it depends on what you're studying, but usually everything is studied from nature. So the core of all objects drawing is analysis, simplification and structuring. These things will help you draw almost anything. Anyway, I can make a video about drawing different parts of the human body. If you want, you can leave a comment and subscribe. We haven't even talked about what exactly we want to draw, right? But I know, most of the people wants to draw in anime style. Maybe in the past, most of the people wanted to draw in comic style, but now times have changed and almost everyone drawing in anime style. Even Mark Brunet, he's an artist YouTuber and his style changed from comic to more anime-like style lately, and I don't know why. Maybe because anime style is very popular now and he had to follow the trends. Maybe that's it. Someone should make researches about this topic because it's pretty interesting in my opinion. Anatomy is the most popular topic for a video and most watched too. So most of the people wants to draw their favorite characters, so that's where all motivation comes from.